Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're checking out the good smile company, Figma Ghost of Tsushima Jin Sakai. So guys, this is such a nice figure. I'm just so happy that they made this. We haven't had any Ghost of Tsushima figures, so I think this is the first one that has ever been made. I mean, we have had a couple statues made by Prime 1 Studio, but for the most part, this is the first action figure of Jin Sakai, so I'm just super excited for this piece. As always, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on these updates. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look here. We have a super nice shot of the figure in the pretty iconic stance with the mist. I think there was like a promo shot of this particular stance, so I'll add a side-by-side comparison of the two photos. I mean, I think the figure looks pretty good. I think he looks pretty close to how he looked in the game, which is pretty important. These Figma figures are super small. I think they're around like maybe 5 or 6 inches. I do have the Kojima Productions Ludens, which is such a nice piece. That's probably my favorite Figma that has ever been made. I've also got the Batman Ninja, which is a pretty nice piece as well. But yeah, apart from that, I really don't own too many Figmas. They just don't fit in with my collection. And I told myself that I didn't want to get any more Figmas. But you know, I think this figure is an exception. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was such an amazing game. So yeah, even though I don't collect Figmas, I may have to pick this one up. In my opinion, I think this may be the game of the year for 2020. I really can't decide between Ghost of Tsushima and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, those two games in particular really stand out for this year. So yeah, I really hope one of those two games win for the Game Awards. What about you guys? What's your game of the year for 2020? Let me know in the comments below. So next up here we have the head sculpts on the figure. And I've got to say, this is a pretty good head sculpt. I was pretty surprised at how well done this head sculpt really is. I mean, as I mentioned before, these Figmas are pretty small, so I think the fact that they made quite a good resemblance on such a tiny head sculpt is pretty impressive. And so here we have some shots of the figure in some action poses. So yeah, it's nice to know that the figure has a nice range of articulation. It seems like we can get the figure in some nice dynamic poses. It also seems like the cape of the figure is made of fabric. I don't usually like fabric capes. I find that they don't flow very well on the figure, and they kind of seem to float, like they just don't sit on the figure all that well. So that is just one problem that I've got with these real fabric capes. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's probably one of the best capes that I've seen for a figure of this scale. But yeah, I just hope the final product will turn out okay. Once again, we have some more dynamic poses of the figure. I'm just really happy to see this. I mean, the combat is pretty much the main thing in the game. So yeah, I think it's pretty important that we can get the figure in these nice action poses. The figure also seems to come with a nice variety of accessories, as you guys can see. So let's take a look here. So first up, we have the figure itself. We have a single arrow, we have the bow, down here we have a couple of katanas, and the shoulder blade. Over here we have a couple pairs of interchangeable hands, and we also have a spare head sculpt with the ghost mask. So it's nice that we have a bit of variety in the head sculpts for this figure. I mean, as you guys can see, the figure is in the ghost outfits, which is probably the most iconic look of the character. I would love if Figma made some alternate versions of the character, maybe in a samurai uniform, or maybe even the Ronin outfits. I think that would be super cool if they make a whole lineup of Jin Sakai in many different outfits. I mean, who knows, they may even make figures of Masako and Ishikawa. So yeah, fingers crossed that Figma make a lot more Ghost of Tsushima figures. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think of the figure in the comments below, and if you guys like it or dislike it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss out on these videos. Have a great day, take care, stay safe, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Alright, take it easy guys.